Hello and welcome to Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are, in fact, top of the league. And not only have we spent all season causing floods of tears through North London, it appears as if we have now caused floods of tears around Paris. I was unaware of this, but PSG, if you translate that to English, actually comes out as Arsenal, and vice versa. Lots of crying from the Parisians. There is the video going round of Luis Campos having a temper tantrum in the tunnel at half time and Virgil telling him it's not League One, bro. If you go on social media and check out the big PSG accounts and the big PSG fans, they're all having a big cry, pretending that Darwin handled the ball when the video shows the ball was nowhere near his hand. And they're generally just having a very tough time coming to terms with the fact that we won the game. And it doesn't matter how we won the game. What matters is that we won the game and that we go back to Anfield for Tuesday night with a significant advantage, which is that we're ahead and they have to come to a stadium that has caused better teams than them, teams that are far more mentally tough than them, to crumble. You know, the tribalistic nature of football means that you get a lot of very stupid people who say very stupid things online, and Liverpool bad will always be good currency on social media. So people coming out and trying to dismiss the Anfield atmosphere really does get them a lot of attention and a lot of likes. And it does obviously annoy the life out of all of us. But what they fail to realize is that the reason the atmosphere at Anfield is special is that it doesn't happen for every game. And if it doesn't happen for a game where your team comes to visit, it's not because the atmosphere at Anfield is bad. It's because your team doesn't warrant the A+ level atmosphere. So if you're, I don't know, a Crystal Palace fan, and your team are coming to Anfield in October on a Saturday, or a Brighton fan, or whoever, whatever club you want to name, if you're coming to Anfield in October on a Saturday for a 3 p.m. kickoff, you're not getting the A+ atmosphere. Now, admittedly, there are games where you'd like to see it ramped up earlier in the season, such as, when we're playing a City or a United at home, and sometimes it can be great and sometimes it just fails to hit the mark. Now, pretty much any game in the last 4 to 5 games of a season where there's a title on the line, as there could well be for our last couple of home games this year, I think we'll have it wrapped up in advance. But just in case, then the atmosphere will be absolutely insane, including the bus welcoming beforehand and all that kind of stuff. But the reason the atmosphere is so special is because it's saved for special occasions. It's saved for big European nights. And it's worth remembering that if we are going to win this competition this year, there are only 3 more home European games. PSG, likely Aston Villa, and then one of Real, Atleti, and Arsenal. And those 3 games, if they all take place, will have incredible atmospheres. And if you look at the history of the Premier League, the 4 best managers in the Premier League, Ferguson, Wenger, Mourinho, and Pep, they've all spoken about how intimidating it is, how good that atmosphere can be. The greatest players in Premier League history have spoken about it. The best European players have spoken about it. But yet, some clown on Twitter who's never been to Anfield but watched the game on TV or had a friend that went once when Charlton visited will tell you, oh no, the atmosphere is a myth. Like, PSG are going to walk into a cauldron. And Simon Jordan can go on TalkSport yesterday and say, oh, they won't care about the atmosphere. I hope they don't care about it pre-game. I really do. Because I'm old enough to remember Chelsea rocking up for a Champions League semi-final second leg and not caring about the atmosphere until they were in that atmosphere. You know, Gigi Buffon, the greatest goalkeeper of all time, said he had no understanding of what the atmosphere was going to be. And when he came to Anfield, he could not concentrate for the first 20 minutes because it was so loud and so non-stop. So I hope they don't care. I hope they underestimate what that's going to be like. I really do. Because that will also play into our hands. Before we get to PSG on Tuesday, though, we've got business to take care of this weekend, and that business is Southampton. It's very easy to overlook this game. It's very easy to say Liverpool should win this comfortably. We should win this comfortably. They're dreadful. They're bottom of the league. They've got 9 points. There is real potential for them to finish as one of the worst teams in Premier League history. Real potential. Now, in all likelihood, they will pass Derby, who had 11 points in 2007, 2008. But I think it's unlikely that they pass Sunderland's 15 points in 05-06. So they're going to be one of the worst teams in Premier League history. They shouldn't have been, but they will be. But that doesn't mean we can just dismiss them, because they gave us one very tough game earlier in the season. That 3-2 was one of the tougher wins we had this year. Now, this is a game that's very much leaned in our favour over the last couple of years. Of the last 8 meetings between the teams, we've won 7. And the other was that 4-4 draw on the final day of the 22-23 season when they were already down and we clearly didn't care. We've beaten them 3 times since. We beat them in the FA Cup last season, the League and FA Cup this season. Their last win, 4th of January 2021. We were awful for that stretch. We'd been top of the league at Christmas, and then the wheels started to come off. That's their only win against us since January 2017. They did have a spell early in Jurgen's tenure where they were getting the better of us. There was a draw at Anfield, a defeat for us at St. Mary's. We did hammer them in the League Cup. Sturridge got the hat-trick. Emery got one of the most outrageous assists you'll ever see. But they beat us at St. Mary's 3-2. Then the following season, it's a 0-0 draw at St. Mary's. They beat us in both legs of the League Cup semi-final. And then there's a 0-0 draw at Anfield in May. Of course, they at the time had a certain fella called Van Dijk playing for them, which was a big part in why they had some success against us. They also beat us twice under Brendan Rodgers, which may be where he got his obsession with buying mediocre Southampton players rather than, the good Southampton players. There's been a lot of players that have actually played for both teams over the years.
All right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that, from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.